Authorities are on the lookout for an armed robbery suspect in Joplin. Plus, COVID-19 concerns prompt some changes to the annual Joplin Memorial Run. And we check out a Christmas photo shoot bound to make you smile.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Despite the vaccine's arrival, the pandemic is getting worse. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Kate Kelly. Hospitalizations and deaths setting devastating new records. CBS's Danya Backus is in Los Angeles.
Americans are now feeling the pain of gathering over Thanksgiving. Hospitals nationwide overwhelmed. Hospitalizations this week up in 28 states, 19 of them setting records. Tonight, there are no ICU beds left in Mississippi. The morgue is doubling capacity in Fort Worth, Texas. New York City will end indoor dining beginning Monday. Restaurant owners are frustrated.
This is not because you're getting sick in the restaurant. This is because we cannot control people to stay away from each other. COVID triage tents are going up in California. The state reporting its highest number of new cases ever, more than 35,000. LA County's public health director warning the healthcare system could collapse with a winter holiday surge.
We're on a very dangerous track to seeing unprecedented and catastrophic suffering and death.
Elizabeth Linden is the chief nursing officer at Indiana University Health, which has the most COVID patients in the state.
The team members, they're tired, they're disheartened, and they're afraid.
More than 200 of her staff is in quarantine because of community exposure.
It has, tormented us for 9 months, and it's going to continue through the holidays, and so really just not knowing what to expect.
Here in Southern California, ICUs are nearly 95% full, the highest since the start of the pandemic. LA County set another record Friday with more than 13,000 new cases. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Shipments of Pfizer's newly approved COVID-19 vaccine will start as early as tomorrow, with the first shot set to be administered a day later. U.S. regulators and the FDA approved the use of Pfizer's vaccine on Friday. Shipments arrived in Chicago from Belgium in early December on United Airlines flights. Nick Kelly joins us now with our first look at weather, and it's kind of feeling like winter out there.
I know, after a little taste of summer or spring, Kate, a few days ago, it definitely felt like winter once again today, but temperatures just really not going anywhere. We only stayed in the middle to upper 30s all day long, and that was certainly the case from that reading at Joplin Regional this afternoon. Now looking ahead to tomorrow, winter weather advisories clipping parts of southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, areas south of 44, Missouri, and even Tulsa decided to throw Benton County, Arkansas under a winter storm watch until we hit the midnight hour on Monday. I think that's because some of the higher elevations in that part of the state could see quite a bit of snowfall with this next system on the way. We're seeing the cloud cover from it, but the snow isn't here just yet. It's still emerging from Colorado, the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, and certainly out of southwestern Kansas. Before it gets here, we're looking quiet to start the overnight, but it is cold with temperatures in the mid-30s for the most part. Look, stay cold for your Sunday, but we'll definitely see how much snow we'll get for Sunday when we see you back here in full weather in a bit, Kate.
All right, thanks, Nick. A Fort Scott man is dead after a crash in Lynn County, Kansas today. According to Kansas Highway Patrol, 25-year-old Brett Michael Johnson was driving his car north on Front Street in Prescott when he crossed the road to the left and struck a tree. He died from his injuries. His passenger was taken to Overland Park Memorial Hospital with a suspected serious injury. Police say they're still looking for the suspect in an armed robbery at the Casey's gas station on 2604 North Rangeline Road in Joplin. Corporal Costley with the Joplin Police Department says they got the call just before 9 p.m. last night. While the suspect didn't brandish a weapon openly, Casey's staff say he pointed to his pocket and alluded to having a gun. The suspect then fled on foot. Police set up a perimeter that lasted about 40 minutes, utilizing a canine and a drone to try to locate the suspect. The man was disguised in a mask and hooded jacket. Anyone with information regarding this investigation should contact JPD. Today, runners braved the cold in memory of the lives lost during the 2011 Joplin tornado. Organizers of the Memorial Run placed 161 flags along the route in honor of the 161 lives lost on that fateful day. The annual event is usually held in May, but it was delayed because of the pandemic. Organizers did make some changes to the race. People running the half marathon did 2 loops of the course. Folks doing the 10K did 1, and the 5K was the same as usual. Christmas is only 13 days away, and over in Granby, Missouri, people are getting into the holiday spirit. The 5th annual Granby Christmas Festival featured dozens of vendors selling crafts and other gift items. Kids could take pictures with Santa and enjoy some snacks, of course. Organizers say they did what they could to try to make this year's festival as safe as possible for those in attendance.
It is absolutely nice to be able to have a break from everything. We still are practicing social distancing. There are things that are different this year. We won't be having some of the horse-drawn carriage sleighs. Some of the things that just brought people closer together. We can still be close together, but a lot of our things are going to be outside.
The event began at 9 a.m. and wrapped up this evening. Who says Christmas photos are just for family members? Over at the newly opened Christmas shop in Pittsburgh, two best friends scheduled a fun holiday photo shoot, and they chose the right place to do it since they were able to use the photographer who was already working there taking Santa photos for visiting four-staters.
Kind of a best friend glamour shot. JCPenney just really tongue-in-cheek photo shoot. And I thought it looked really neat and fun, so I spoke to them here at the Christmas shop to ask if I could incorporate that into the different shoots that we have available here.
Folks who schedule a Santa photo at the Christmas shop will have their temperatures taken at the door as a coronavirus precaution. On another merry note, the KOAM Morning Show is looking to help out Santa this Christmas. We're asking you to send in your kids' Christmas list and some basic info, and beginning on the 17th, our morning show will interview Santa and he'll read off those lists. You can learn more by going to the morning show page on our website, that's KOAMnewsnow.com, or on the KOAM News Now mobile app. And of course, our annual TOYBOX campaign is underway. Each year, we ask for donations of toys and money to buy toys to give to area kids in need. All of your donations can stay in the county that you live in. You can find a list of toy drop-off locations on our website, that's KOAMnewsnow.com, or you can donate by phone during our TOYBOX Tuesday telethon. That's this coming Tuesday on our noon, 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. news. We take this time now to honor another four-state hero. Private First Class Cody Simmons served in the Army, spending time stationed in Afghanistan. His hometown, Joplin, Missouri. We thank you, Cody Simmons, our four-state hero. That's news and weather in our first 7 minutes. Just ahead, Trump tweets against some Republicans and praises the COVID-19 vaccine as a medical miracle. We'll bring you the latest from the White House. And we say goodbye to a country music icon, Charley Pride. Charley Pride, the first black member of the Country Music Hall of Fame, has died from complications of COVID-19. He was 86. Pride released dozens of albums and sold more than 25 million records during a career that began in the mid-1960s. Pride had many hits, including Kissin' Angel Good Morning and Is Anybody Going to San Antone, Burgers and Fries, Mountain of Love, and Someone Loves You, Honey. President Trump is praising the vaccine as a, quote, medical miracle. He also spent much of today tweeting his grievances and attacking Republicans in addition to attending the Army-Navy football game. Here's CBS's Chip Reed.
On his way out of town today, President Trump said thank you to his supporters by flying directly over a crowd protesting the outcome of the presidential election. The president's destination, West Point, where he did the coin toss and at times wore a mask while watching the first Army-Navy game played there since 1943. But even that didn't distract him from his deep frustration over losing the election. I won the election in a landslide, he falsely tweeted today, adding later, we have just begun to fight. A fight that will be hard to continue after the U.S. Supreme Court's refusal Friday to even hear arguments in a case challenging the election results.
The Supreme Court has made a terrible, terrible mistake.
But some Republicans now say it's over, including Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse, who wrote, every American who cares about the rule of law should take comfort that the Supreme Court, including all three of President Trump's picks, closed the book on the nonsense. The president also lashed out at Attorney General Bill Barr today over a report that Joe Biden's son is being investigated for possible tax law violations. Mr. Trump tweeted, why didn't Bill Barr reveal the truth to the public before the election about Hunter Biden? He also reposted someone else's tweet that said Barr should be fired by the end of business today, yet again putting Barr's job security in doubt. The Electoral College meets Monday, and it is expected to make Joe Biden's victory official. But here at the White House, the expectation is that the president will still refuse to concede and that he'll continue to look for ways to stir the pot. Chip Reed, CBS News, the White House.
French riot police clashed with demonstrators in Paris who were protesting against police violence and a security law today. Parisians and press freedom activists took to the streets to protest against a security bill which sets out to increase its surveillance tools and restricts rights on circulating images of police officers in the media and online. Protesters say the bill would also restrict civil liberties and infringe journalists' freedom in the country. The bill was part of French President Emmanuel Macron's drive to get tougher on law and order ahead of elections in 2022. His government also said the police needed to be better protected from online hate. Facing this backlash, Macron's ruling party said it would rewrite the article. Up next, Nick Kelly returns with a full look at your forecast, and a little later, we'll check out a drive-in in the UK, but we're not watching a movie.
It was nice to keep things quiet for today, but we had to stay cold as well, and all that cloud cover is just hinting at the next wave ready to roll in. In fact, winter weather advisories you can see on the Skywatch Storm Tracker: Elk, Chautauqua, Independence, Montgomery County, Labette County, Northeast Oklahoma, Southwest Missouri, south of 44. In fact, even Tulsa threw in a winter storm watch for Benton County in northwestern Arkansas. All to take us through our Sunday as we wrap up this weekend. At the very least, we're not dealing with any winter storm warnings. Those are still confined to western Oklahoma, the Panhandle, and not to mention southwest Kansas. Ahead of that next wave, that is certainly kicking into gear. It's been generating a lot of cloud cover out to our west throughout the day, but ever since the evening started, we can see how the snow just really blossomed up, and it's continuing to head our way as we head through the overnight. As long as it's still not here, we're keeping things quiet as we begin the late night hours after we've had a pretty quiet day. But again, temperatures, they just couldn't go anywhere. In fact, we've been holding near 37 for much of the day, but it's just now in Java we decide, hey, let's drop off to 36. Let's change it by a degree or so. North breeze at 5 makes it feel like 32 degrees. Everybody's cold, though, between 33 in Iola to 38 in Grove. Everybody else right in between the two. And as long as we keep the cloud cover in place and that breeze out of the north and northwest fairly light at about 5 to even 10 miles per hour, we're not going to see temperatures drop off much more. We're just going to hover in the lower to middle 30s for the rest of the night while we continue, once again, to keep an eye on that next wave ready to work in from the west. You can see at the surface, we've plotted the few systems for you. There is a surface low with a warm front working into Texas and a trailing cold front behind it. That's going to stay mainly to our south, but that's going to continue to pull in Gulf moisture as we see the main part of the system, this upper wave coming out of Colorado, kick out, and it's going to track just to our south as we head through Sunday and into Sunday evening especially. That puts us in a good track to see some snow as we head into Sunday. Again, the snow picking up, continuing to do so out across southwestern Kansas, and as we head through the overnight, once we get closer to 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, that's when we'll see the leading edge of the snow, even mixing in with some rain, work into the area as temperatures start out in the lower to middle 30s. Again, this may start out initially as a bit of a rain-snow mix, but with dynamic cooling, as the precip falls, the air's forced to cool from up top all the way down. We'll see this quickly switch to some periods of moderate and maybe some heavy snow at times, continuing through the afternoon. But once we get to about 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, that general time frame, that's when the system will start to push on out. As far as temperatures go, plan on another cold one with the snow chances and the cloud covering that north breeze, even though it's light. 33 in the morning, 35 by noon, afternoon highs right around 36. Just to quickly show you Monday morning, again, that system moves on out. It'll be cold to start Monday, but it'll be a nice reprieve once we deal with the snow that'll be working in. You can see how the snow tracker shows the bulk of the snow, mainly from the southern half of the area, but especially working into Arkansas. That means US 400, Golden City, Jasper, Up north, an inch or less if you're lucky. 1 to 3 inches for a good chunk of the area, maybe 2 to 3 inches around Joplin, but we're keeping the heavier amounts, 3 to 5 inches, with some isolated higher amounts, especially out in northwestern Arkansas. We'll get a break on Monday with highs near 41. Then the next system comes in on Tuesday. We'll see if that could bring in some more accumulating snow with highs in the mid-30s Tuesday. Then 39 Wednesday, and then we're back into the 40s as we see it relatively quiet as we head through the rest of the week, Kate.
All right, well, maybe I'll get enough snow to build a snowman before I have to come into work tomorrow.
Well, I hope so. We've been wanting some snow, and this system could deliver for us.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Nick. Coming up in sports, Missouri men's basketball looks to stay unbeaten on the year against Illinois in the bragging rights game. Also, Mount Vernon faces Carl Junction in the Lady Eagle Classic Championship. Andy Ciateco has those highlights and more next. The Carl Junction girls are in a familiar spot, reaching the Lady Eagle Classic Championship game for the 6th year in a row. This afternoon, the Bulldogs face Mount Vernon for the title. Carl Junction enters this one 4-1 on the year. Mount Vernon is 3-0. First quarter, Destiny Berge driving, floater in the lane is good, plus the foul. Berge had 8 on the day. A couple minutes later, Jessa Hilton knocks down a 3. Hilton had a team-high 11 points. CJ up 8 after 1. Lady Mountaineers down 10 in the second. Lacey Stokes with the steal. Gets it to Reagan Boswell for the finish. Mount Vernon would trail by 5 at the break. They would catch fire in the third. Stokes finds Ellie Johnston in the corner for 3. A couple possessions later, Stokes again to Johnston. Same spot, buries a triple. She had a game-high 17. Later in the quarter, off the miss, Stokes with the rebound flips it up and in, making it look so easy. Missouri Southern commit had 14 points. Time winding down in the third, Johnston drills a deep 3. She had 5 triples in the game. Mount Vernon claims a Lady Eagle Classic title, beating Carl Junction 47-29.
At halftime, I felt like we didn't have some shots fall that we typically do. And I said, just keep shooting, but we have to rebound. And I told our kids, you've got to stick a body and you've got to be patient offensively. And we got some shots to fall in the third. We rebounded the ball much better, and we got a lead going, and it kind of just extended.
Carthage wrapping up the Lady Eagle Classic, taking on Leavenworth in the third place contest. First quarter, Tigers down 2. Kiana Yates hits a smooth 3 from the top of the key. Moments later, Yates with a steal. She's going to get it to Haley Fullerton. Fullerton drops in the floater through some contact. Carthage up 4. Late in the first, Yates driving. She kicks it out to Fullerton in the corner. Connects from long range at the buzzer. Carthage up 10 after 1. Second quarter, Yates cutting through traffic, splits 2 defenders and finishes off the glass. Tigers leading 32-21 at halftime. Carthage rolls Leavenworth 71-40. Staying with local tournament action, it's the final day of the Carthage Boys Invitational. Joplin saw its first loss of the year, falling to Nixa in the tournament semifinals yesterday. Eagles looking to bounce back against Nevada. Tigers started off hot. Logan Applegate for 3 puts Nevada up 8. He had a game-high 25. Later in the first, floater from Always Right. Eagles trailing by 6. To the second, the dish to All Right this time. Drops in the corner 3. Joplin down 4 at half. To the third, Always Right again. Drains a 3 to give the Eagles their first lead of the game. But Nevada isn't done yet. Applegate with the steal. Lays it in, plus the foul. Tigers up 3. Nevada gets the win 47-39. Moving on to college hoops, the Missouri Tigers have a big one tonight. Mizzou hosting 6th-ranked Illinois. Tigers entering the 2020 bragging right matchup with a 4-0 record. Mizzou gets the upsets to stay perfect, 81-78. Xavier Pinson and Drew Smith each had 17 points for the Tigers. Mizzou moves on to 5-0. Oklahoma State looking to stay perfect against Wichita State. First half, Cade Cunningham with the acrobatic layup. Oklahoma State up 1. A few minutes later, Cunningham nails a corner 3. Cowboys on top by 6 at halftime. Under 2 minutes to go, game tied at 60.
Matthew Alexander Moncrief gets the wild and one, puts the Cowboys ahead by 3. Less than 20 seconds left, knotted at 64. Cunningham pulls up, buries the three-pointer. Cowboys hang on to win 67-64. Oklahoma State improves to 6-0 on the year. Oklahoma Sooners hosting Florida A&M. First half, Austin Reeves takes the contact, lays it in, plus the foul. Sooners up 10 after the free throw. Later in the half, Reeves to Quith, throws it down. OU by double digits. Later in the half, Gibson gonna miss the floater, but Quith grabs a rebound, gets the one-handed jam to go. No problem for Oklahoma, winning 85-54. Switching over to college football, number 22 ranked Oklahoma State on the road facing Baylor in the regular season finale. Second play of the game, Spencer Sanders escapes the pocket, connects with Dylan Stoner, takes it the rest of the way for the 75-yard touchdown. Oklahoma State up 7-0 early. And then later in the first, Sanders floats a pass to the end zone to Stoner, 15-yard score. Oklahoma State up 14 now. Second quarter, you guessed it, Sanders connects with Stoner again, this time a 40-yard touchdown. Cowboys leading by 21. It was all Oklahoma State, winning 42-3. Cowboys finished the regular season 7-3 overall. That's a look at sports. Back with more news after this.
When you let the good eat.
The much-loved British Christmas tradition of pantomime has been saved thanks to productions staged in car parks. Throughout the festive season, the Birmingham Stage Company, in partnership with British TV show Horrible Histories, will perform Horrible Christmas to thousands of families across the UK as they watch from their cars. Audience participation is limited to honking horns and flashing headlamps in what actor and company manager Neil Foster described as a totally unique way of doing theater. And Nick, that is pretty creative. It looks like fun.
It certainly does. At least they don't have to deal with any threatening weather while they watch the show in their cars. For us, if we're going to be out and about, we better have the heaters ready because we'll stay cold tomorrow with periods of rain and snow to watch. We're dry Monday, then another shot for snow by Tuesday.
All right. Thanks, Nick. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Until then, good night.